as we were both caught up in some excitement. She was doing her ally training, and Kim Kendall, good, thank you. We might have a special guest star coming in here.
I just want to hang out.
You gonna bring the fella?
Yeah.
All right.
If you'll let me.
So we do have a special guest star. I would like everybody to meet, courtesy of Emma. This is Jean-Luc Picard, sometimes known as Jean-Luc Picat. Here, let's look over here, buddy. There you go. And also Emma's shoulder making a guest appearance here. So this is we like to have Jean-Luc with us tonight because this is, of course, the series premiere of Strange New Worlds, which we have not yet watched.
Nope.
We're still actually catching up on Jean-Luc's namesake here. We just started the... man, what is the deal with the drop frames tonight? This must be a big internet night. Well, because everybody's streaming Strange New Worlds, obviously. Yeah, it's big Star Trek night.
It is.
Yesterday was May the 4th.
Star Wars Day.
Star Wars Day. We've got some Obi-Wan coming out too, don't we? Is that today? Is that tomorrow?
I don't know when Obi-Wan comes out. I haven't been following Star Wars as closely.
I know it's a Strange New World adjacent because that was part of the exciting thing. We've got it's a big sci-fi weekend. Because we've got the season finale of Picard, which I mentioned we just started. We've got the series premiere of Strange New Worlds, essentially the original series reboot. We've got Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. On my birthday.
On your birthday tomorrow. Absolutely. And we've got Obi-Wan sometime this weekend. I can't remember. It was 5, 6, 7. It was something like that. So, all right. Jean-Luc's out. Kim Kendall says hi, Emma. And we've got Potato making a loud appearance here. Let's see if... There we go, unmuted again. Just trying to change the microphone setting here. Again, we've got the high quality content everybody has come to expect and adore from Fight2Flight here. So, Potato the Gremlin. So that's 2 out of 6 here. There we go, a little Potato appearance there.
All right, I'll let you go. She's mad now.
Kim also says happy birthday.
Thank you.
And hello to Gene Nelson checking in here. Appreciate you stopping by. I know that's... well, it's tough because Jean's been really doing some. She's had a lot on her plate lately. I'll say that, and so I appreciate you stopping by on Thursday night here. So Kelly is in the car, on her way. After telling me to start and then say, well, we could just reschedule. And it's like, not anymore.
Nope.
In it to win it, baby.
Well, but now you have a special guest, so it's cool.
Yes, so we have been, Potato does not look happy. Potato, fun fact about Potato never really looks happy.
Except for when sometimes she's sitting in my lap, then she looks happy.
Well, she looks at best calm. Well, I guess sometimes she does do a thing kind of with her eyes where she's kind of like,
Yeah.
But Potato never really, generally speaking, does not look happy. However, she can be in the midst of groaning, and I don't even know what you would call this.
Screech.
Yeah, they'll screeching. And then she'll start purring and squeak purring and all that stuff, and she is very happy. So, all right. So Emma, I'm going to put you on the spot for a second here because this is part of the deal with Fight2Flight. Talking about problem solving and things like that. Emma, relatively new to the workforce, the full-time 9 to 5, although it's not really 9 to 5.
No, it is generally anywhere from 9 to 5:30 or 12 to 9, 12 to 9:30.
Yeah, voice in the mic did change. I changed the setting so that hopefully we can pick up Emma a little bit better. It's one of those... Oh, wait.
Did you turn it off?
No. Oh. I actually put it on the wrong... I had it on the right one, put it on the wrong one. So now hopefully we're back. All right. So, and we like to talk about workforce strife and problem solving. This should fix it now. Now, again, we really know what we're doing here.
High quality operation.
That's right. That's right. We got the solid live stream going here. So, with our 2 viewers right now, so that's exciting.
Woo.
So what's a lesson that you've learned in the workforce this week?
This week, when implementing a new idea, it is perhaps a good idea to make sure more than two people who are managers have permission to do what needs to be done.
You should probably lean this way just a touch. There we go.
Hello.
There we go.
So this week I work at a furniture store. We don't deliver out of our store. We deliver out of our Grand Rapids store. This week, our Grand Rapids store has implemented us.
Which is, for those of you who may not be familiar with Michigan geography, it's a solid 45 minutes to an hour away from here. So.
They have implemented us doing all of the day before confirmation calls. So we basically we're like, hey, we are calling to make sure that you are aware that you, for the second time, this is the second phone call before delivery, that you are going to A, be home for your delivery, and B, now you know what time it is. So we're doing those out of our location now. And initially, they only gave permission to do this to work with the other store's system, because we have an ancient computer system, to my store manager and our office lead, who's my manager. And yesterday was the second day of us doing these calls, and my office lead was not at work, and she needed her swipe card to do something in Grand Rapids that she was doing on her day off. And so I had to be like, hey, general manager, I need your swipe card so that I can make these calls that we're supposed to be making. And he was like, well, I'm hesitant to give you this card because then my name will be all over the sheets that, or the list of delivery calls. And it's like, well, I don't have permission on my card to do it, and my coworker doesn't have permission on her card to do it, and our office lead isn't here. So
it seems problematic.
So he was like, okay, well, I guess I'll call the IT desk, and at some point you'll get permission to do it, but for now, I guess I'll give you my card. And so that was a weird situation. And then today, we were running into issues with, we made all of these day before calls. We were like, hey, we're here, or you're getting a delivery, here's what time. And then like an hour later, our delivery store called, and they were like, guess what? We need you to recall half of the people on the first truck to see if they can take an earlier delivery.
Oof.
But they didn't offer like any solutions to like, what if they don't answer? What if they don't want the earlier delivery? How do we change the time frame so that like it reflects in the truck? Like they just said, do this, and offered no support. And it was we had to call them, I think, 4 times in order to get any sort of actual like processable order, I guess. So that was fun.
You know, that's a bit of a theme of the week, and you know, because Kelly's touched on that a little bit earlier when some of our conversations, and I've run into that a little bit this week, where we want to change a process, and the process needs to be changed. You know, it's an appropriate thing, but you don't get that stakeholder buy-in, that stakeholder support. You don't have everybody like communicating with each other to get the process going. And so we had a situation actually earlier today where I was following the policy that had been set out for us, and then had to relay the same information on 3 separate occasions, even though it was part of the original package. So it's just, when you don't have those good closed loop communications and get all the buy-in and consider all the possibilities and things like that, you really do run into a lot of these things where it's problematic, and then you don't have the answers.
Too, they didn't call us over the official store line. Their warehouse manager called my store manager and was like, hey, we need your office ladies to do this. It wasn't even like hey, this is Grand Rapids calling you Portage because we need you to do this. It was their warehouse manager being like, we need you to do this.
Hey, do me a solid here.
Yeah. And then so we called over the official store line, and we were like, hey, office lead over in Grand Rapids, are we actually supposed to be doing this? And she was like, who told you to do this? And we're like, your warehouse guy. And she was like, 1 second. And then left. And then like 20 minutes later, she called us back and she was like, yeah, we do actually need you to make those calls. Bye. And then we were like, wait, more information needed. So that was a thing. And then they were frustrated with us because I was calling, my office lead was calling on that, and I was calling on an unrelated matter. And they were like, hey, why are you both calling us? And I was like, we both have issues to talk to you guys about. That's why. It's definitely an interesting system over there.
Yeah, but even when you have I won't even say bad systems. When you have suboptimal systems like that, you can overcome a lot of that with good communication. At least, if that had been a thing that had been spelled out through the official channels, so that everybody kind of knew what was going on. Their office side, your office side, their warehouse. I mean, I know you guys don't really have a warehouse.
Yeah, that was another thing. Like when they were like, hey, you're going to be doing these delivery calls next week. We're like, okay, cool. And then offered no further instruction from anyone. My manager didn't offer any instruction. They didn't add us to any emails. They didn't think, hey, maybe we should get all of their office people able to work with our office system from their computers. It was just, you're going to be doing this. Figure it out.
So, drop a comment for us in the chat. Those of you who are watching right now, or maybe catching up a little bit later, let us know, how have you dealt with some suboptimal communication there in your workplace or in your family or in your other relationships. And let us know how you dealt with that or how you wish you had dealt with that, because we all know a lot of times, these things are better in the debrief, the post-action kind of thing. So. Let's see what else is on our agenda this week, as we're still waiting on the arrival of one Miss Kelly Becker, who should be here
Mother's Day this
soon.
weekend.
It is Mother's Day this weekend. I have been so off with holidays. I have not been cognizant of holiday. I mean, I forgot it was Easter. I forgot it was.
I think everybody forgot about Easter. I only knew when Easter was because we were closed.
Yeah, fair enough. And I remember the Easter candy being in the stores, so I was like, I know it's coming. And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, it's
here.
It's like
here it is. Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo is today. Yeah. So Jeannie says, as a consumer, I've run into similar scenarios my entire life. It's a wonder how some businesses survive. Yeah,
we run into that a lot with our delivery team. I get so many calls where they're like, hey, your delivery team messed up my order, and I have to be like, oh, I'm sorry about that.
Video bomb.
I don't need to interfere.
I'm sorry about that. I can offer service, or I can't do anything because the truck's not back at the store, or I can pass you to a manager and y'all can duke it out with them. And that kind of sucks because it's like, obviously we want resolution. People to get their furniture, and we want people to get, furniture that's not like broken or has scuffs.
Ideally.
Or we want the delivery team to put together the furniture if you've paid for that option. And sometimes that doesn't happen, and then
Emma's not in it.
I know, I'm kind of lean.
Take some practice to get the camera angles down.
So it's just kind of like, that's a big part of my job is like, I'm sorry that this happened to you. Here's what I can offer. Or like earlier this week, we had a situation where a guest was like, your delivery team didn't put my stools together correctly. What are you going to do for me? And I was like, well, we have a service guy who comes out of Grand Rapids and he can come take a look at it for you free of charge under the manufacturer's warranty and our damage on delivery processes. And she was like, well, I can't accept that because I can't take any time off of work to be there on the days that your guy comes into Kalamazoo. And I was like, well, unfortunately, nobody can change that, not even my manager. The delivery guy comes down here when he comes down here. That's one of those things that's just kind of is how it is. And so she was like, well, I still want you to talk to your manager anyway. And so I talked to my manager, and he was like, she can take service or she can't. Correct fabric, wrong style. Yeah. that happens sometimes.
So, and it's probably doubly challenging in a case like yours, where, well, maybe even triply, because not only do you not do delivery from your store, so you're already adding a layer, but also, all right, so
You didn't need me, but I want both
She's
of
helping.
you in the shot.
um,
I could have stayed with my amazing group of inclusivity.
not only do you not do delivery from your store, the company that does the deliveries is a whole different company. It's
Well, we're not supposed to.
Well, we didn't talk about what furniture store you work
That's
for.
true.
So.
But yeah, so we outsource our delivery, and that causes issues because, a couple weeks ago, we got a call of a guy who was like, "Hey, I paid for the delivery where they just bring the box into my house, but they don't put it together, which is called room of choice. They just bring your piece into whichever room you want it. They set it down, and they leave, and it's in whatever factory packaging it comes in. So, like, if you ordered a chair that needs to be built, it would be in its box.
Yeah.
And they just put it in his garage, which is what we would call a threshold delivery, where they just drop it at your house. They just leave it there. And so he was like, this happened. And I was like, okay, well, we'll just refund you the difference between the two. It was like $30 or whatever. And so I did this with the approval of my manager. And then I sat there nervously as my manager tried to verify the situation. Because I was like, so this is what the guest told me. I just went ahead and told him I would refund him. And then my boss was like, well, let's check this real quick, because they're supposed to take a picture and upload it to their truck tracker or whatever it is. And so he got on the phone with the delivery manager over in Grand Rapids, and they did in fact figure out that it was delivered incorrectly. So that was definitely an interesting situation.
So Kim says, sorry, I keep popping in and out. Internet is hanging. It's raining here. We're having weird internet things too.
Because it's raining here too.
It is, yeah.
It was raining when I got
not
home.
terribly far from where Kim is. And I don't know if it's the network. CPU seems okay, but we keep getting the red lights and the drop frames here. So I don't know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, all week.
It has been a weird tech issue thing all week. This morning, fortunately, I did a video for an upcoming oxygen-oriented website, and that actually that stuck pretty good. Yeah, we're excited about that. Hopefully, that's supposed to launch in sometime in June, and then some of the videos might come out later on. But yeah, the animations and stuff are going to launch in June. So. You have glasses too. You just don't wear them.
I need to get new ones. I'm newly obsessed, not just with guest star Emma Hess, who turns 21 tomorrow.
I do, in
that
fact.
has not been covered. But now I am obsessed
We're assuming the microphone can pick up that far away.
with YouTuber Emily D. Baker.
Oh, I know her. She's the lawyer, right?
Oh.
Oh,
So,
yeah, because
officially
let's
obsessed.
talk more about
No,
the
all I
trial.
want to say is I just ordered merch
Ugh.
because she's all about inclusion and supporting, and she's been a prosecuting attorney. Okay, so we don't have to talk about how I know her right
I watched
now.
a couple of videos when she was covering the lawsuit between beauty YouTuber, I don't remember her name, a big beauty YouTuber, and a drama channel who went pretty far into like stalking, doxing territory.
So, like me, she likes the cursey words.
So, and also,
Like
let
me,
me just
she
go on
is
record and
normal
saying,
sized.
like, drama YouTube is like one of, if not the worst creations of humanity ever.
That's not
It's
true.
just
So her
silly.
mantra is
No, drama YouTube
facts,
We're
not
Yeah.
fuckery.
We're not talking about
is
lawyer.
no drama
Emily
are the
Baker.
people who just come up and they're like the rumor monger kind of people and like
So the
start
mug coming that
stuff.
says
So-
I have questions is for me.
All right, so Jeannie says, Emma, hope they work the bugs out of your new system. Ironically, the new system being a very old system.
From
We
the
looked it up.
1980s.
The hardware originally started in the 1980s. Now, in
The
their
copyright
defense,
on our login says like 1988 or
Yeah.
something like that.
in their defense, there have been upgrades, but because we Wikipedia'd that, but it's still been a solid, I think, 5
We
years
use,
since.
swipe cards. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that.
Like chink, clunk, clunk.
well,
No,
not
clunk,
No, like
not clunk, clunk.
you know,
Like you swipe it and it goes beep
Like a
beep,
card
and then
reader.
you can do whatever you need to do. So it's definitely fun. And, like, it's a black screen with green text. Oh, yes. I use the function keys to get around. I'd never seen anything like this before. When I was training, I was like, "What?"
You need me to come home. I'm out. This is good.
What kind of newfangled computer system is this? And they're like, "This is from the '90s." And I was like, "Oh, good."
So Kim remembers. Kim's like us. Remembers back in the day of the old MS DOS and Word Perfect. Was a big word processor back then before Microsoft was well, I guess Microsoft was still Microsoft because they were the MS
I had to help my office lead get into a Teams meeting today.
Oh, now that's fair. Honestly, that's fair.
Because
that's kind of the running joke is you've got good Teams days and bad Teams days. Because there are days that work seamlessly. It's fine. You can share your screen. You can do all the stuff. You can do everything. And then there are days where you just might as well just shut the thing down and start over again.
The big issue was that our work computers at the desk, because I work at the customer service desk, they don't have speakers or microphones.
That would be a problem.
So her computer didn't have a speaker or microphone, so like she could be in the meeting, but she couldn't participate, which is kind of a big deal. This is for our bank our bank partner.
That's kind of a key to the meeting is to be able to hear what the other people are saying and interact and stuff.
So she was like, "Emma, how do I do this?" And I was like, "Do you have it on your phone? Because I have Teams on my phone. Mm-hmm. I don't use it, but I have it on my phone." And so I was like, "It's an app." And she was like, "I can't find it." And I was like, "Are you in the right app store? Is Apple compatible with Microsoft?" And she was like, "Oh, I found it. I just need to add my work email to it." And I was like, "Okay, do that." And she was like, "What's my work email?" And I was like, "What do you mean, what's your work email? It's your name, a period, and your last name." Like,
also, I mean, she's not like, this isn't for first day.
No.
It seems like you would know what your work, I mean, I was pretty familiar with my work email on day one, as a matter of fact.
I was not. I didn't get a work email until week 2.
Well, you guys didn't even have internet access because it was a new store. And yeah, you guys.
Well, I'm talking about like when I was training in a real store that was actually functional.
Still. So.
I'm going to tuck my foot. There we go.
So yeah, again, the theme of the day is communication.
Oh yes.
Communication.
Well, that was the thing too, like.
And Hester back there communicating also.
We have one of our managers is on vacation for the next few days. One of them was off today, and so my direct manager, who does not often open, was there today, and she was like, "How do I do all these opening things?" And I was like, "Usually I just sit here and do my opening things, so I don't know."
So Kim has found a signal that is good, and so is holding completely still, so as not to miss a moment of this high production quality.
Oh yes,
solid content we've got going on here.
You can see the white patch of cat hair I have on my.
Well, shirt. that's JL. I mean, that's kind of his trademark. So
there we go. I got it. Now you cannot see the hair I have on my shirt.
All right. So Kelly, you want to share any pearls of wisdom from your communication today? We're just chatting about communication going on here.
Tell them what my meeting was.
We did. Covered that.
So, we are 4 women and 2 men. Amazing, I think, all of us. The 2 men were supporting their families and wives tonight. Which is beautiful.
It's exciting.
So they were not fellow employees, they were there in conjunction with their employee spouse, is that?
They stayed home.
Oh, I see. Okay.
One to support his 2 children home sick.
Ooh, that sucks.
And one to support his wife going through some grief. So, what better men or women, people, humans, to have in a group that focuses on diversity, equity, and inclusion, right?
It's a fun conversation.
Anyway, but so we were 4 badass geek women that just went ballistic.
Oh.
We were talking all the things, but like real life things. Like one woman's about to marry her female partner
Excellent.
at a ceremony, and her Dutch Reformed parents aren't talking to her.
Oh, that's
But
sad.
now we already want to help her make whatever she needs and for the ceremony and cannot wait to have photos and celebrate. And so talking about our families and why we're there and why this is important, that was all easy, right? We don't need ground rules. We're already there. But we were talking about also what unites us and what inspires us and what makes us excited and how to get together on the 5th of May as Americans without being assholes. And so it was an absolutely wonderful, invigorating meeting, and we cannot wait to meet again.
Excellent.
Very exciting.
There were actual tears and hugs. It was a perfect, like, Sundance Film Festival short film.
And
Beautiful.
not just because of the Walmart Old Fashioned that one of your group members sent me a picture of.
Walmart, honey?
Walnut, excuse me.
This is different.
Yeah, let me get a Walmart
The context
old-fashioned.
of this is, I'm sorry for Walmart, but very different. I was sharing my Uhura clutch and why that's important to me, and we all know why, and it's not just Star Trek, but it's strong women in history, right?
But also
So-
full circle back to Strange New Worlds premiering.
Oh my god, so I was talking about that, and then the same group of people, oh my god, I'm so behind. Wait, your daughter's into it too? Wait, can I come over? You know, so it was a really great meeting to be around like-minded people, like those who tune in to Fight2Flight with Mike and whatever badass human is willing to co-star.
There you
Update, Joe's here.
go. Joe's here. Yeah, Joe Walsh stopping by.
Hello, Joe.
So-
This show just got so much better with Emma in it.
Kelly is talking about being respectful and ally training brings up an interesting point, if I may.
Absolutely. By all means.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm dating someone. Her name is Serena. She's really cool. She's transgender, and she's, we started some drama on accident on Twitter, and somebody was like, "You're a terrible person, so I'm gonna disrespect you the same way you disrespected me." And instead, they dead named and misgendered her, which is not the
Ooh.
same, I feel. Like,
That's pretty rough. I mean, that's...
I know,
That's
like,
just a dick move.
we talk about preferred pronouns and respecting chosen names and stuff like that. But, like, I feel like if I said, "Hey, my name is Katie," or something, and you were like, "No, I think your name is Elizabeth," or whatever. Like, that would be really rude. Like,
Yes.
even, or my name is Joe, or my name is Joseph, and I prefer to be addressed as Joseph. And then somebody came up and was like, "Hey, Joe," and he was like, "No, Joseph," and they were like, "Hey, Joe," you know, that's rude and disrespectful.
Well, and we've seen that, you know, Kelly and I have gone through that too, because we went to a high school that had a widely considered to be racist mascot nickname. And it was a relatively small town, so it was a little bit insular, and there were a lot of people that said, "Well, it's offensive to me." And then the people were like, "Well, you don't get to pick what's offensive to you because we've been doing it for 50 years,
We
and
don't
so
mean
whatever."
anything by it.
Yeah, we don't mean it offensively, so you can't take offense. So.
Oh, in this context, it was meant fully offensively.
Well, sure, but it's in theory it's a similar thing where it's like, you don't get to tell somebody else what offends them.
or, like,
And prefacing
bothers
with
them.
no offense always makes my butt pucker. Who's with me?
yeah.
It never works. That is never an excuse to be an asshole.
It's like, with all due respect, is
Sorry,
always
family
like the
show,
most.
Not tonight. No sponsors.
So, like, it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, I know that, like, trans issues are new to the modern media, I guess we'll say. But, like, it's not about, like, you don't get to choose how somebody else feels about themselves.
Right.
Right? Like, I don't get to go up to you and be like, "Well, you feel like a woman to me, so I'm going to address you as a woman." like, I don't know, it's frustrating to put into words and explain, like, how it's not just disrespectful to dead name and misgender somebody. It's almost dehumanizing in a way.
For sure.
Well said.
Because it gets to the core of someone's identity, like their self. Excuse me.
And so just, like, for somebody to be like, hey, I disagree with your behavior in this matter, and for them to be like, well, I disagree with you as an entire being, not the same.
And Kim says, just because you mean no offense doesn't mean you get a pass on the fact that you offended someone. That's absolutely true.
Free.
Just
Good
like
way of putting that.
freedom of
Well
speech
said.
does not mean freedom of consequence. So
Nope.
freedom from consequence.
Nope.
Getting spicy. I'm going to show my arms.
So,
Quite warm.
well, I'm sorry that you and Serena had to go through that. That sucks.
We're working on it, and we'll be okay. And I've been checking in on her and being like, hey, are you okay?
All right. So, any other pearls of wisdom in the communication realm? Anybody want to drop anything in the chat here? Up to for a moment we were at 5 viewers. People don't listen to thanks to Jeannie Nelson.
Facts.
Yeah, that is very true. That's very, very true. Sadly, I wrote a blog post not long ago about how we have to listen to, we as clinicians have to listen to people as people, not just numbers, not just patients, but actual people. And unfortunately, that is something that, whether it's in the clinical realm, whether it's in the business space, whether it's on Twitter, social media, we really don't listen to each other. And I don't necessarily want to say we don't listen to each other anymore, because I recognize that I've been pretty privileged for most of my life. I haven't had to worry about whether I could just assume that people were listening to me. Calls, that's just,
You got a big old backpack.
yeah.
I'm just chuckling,
I
because that was
recognize.
a funny way of saying it.
Well, because I am the default American, right? And, white, cis, hetero, etc. I am what everything is built for, and I can assume that people are going to listen to me and value my opinion, which is really a problematic these days, because a lot of folks like me have really garbage opinions, but they get amplified. So I don't want to say that a lot of these things are new or anything like that, but they're certainly getting more attention than they have in the past, which is a good thing. The issues that they create are definitely a good thing. So.
Would you like to join us, sir?
I would like to know what people want as topics at 7 p.m. next week, Thursday.
Yes, we're going to do a little crowdsourcing here. Kelly, if you may not have heard, now we've got Kodiak. So let's see, we've had Jean-Luc, we've had Hester, and now we've had Kodiak. Harvey stopped by a minute ago. Potato, that's right. So we've had a pretty good menagerie of them. But yeah, let's the three of you that remain here, let's have some ideas about what we should talk about next week, because we'll probably remember to come back on at 7 p.m. Next week, meaningful week for us. We're going to be the Friday after our next Fight2Flight. We're heading up to the island to officially shut down that phase of our adventure. We're going to be moving out of the cabin we've been renting up there, and that's it's.
I can't call it a cabin because it's not been cabin prices for heating it.
Well, it sure as hell are in a house.
What?
You're bringing the teal Instant Pot back?
Want me to?
I mean, we have one, but...
Yeah, but we need
We were thinking about it so that we could have an extra...
Two Instant Pots.
Well, because we had an application for it the other day. We needed... Well, I figured out a different way to go about it, but we're going to do a crock pot and an Instant Pot or something.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
Like soup and then also chicken. Like if you need like long time soup and short time chicken. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
And then you can put them together and make some sort of chicken and soup combination. I don't know what you would call it, but it would be
wanted to like on
chicken,
Sunday. That's like big food project day.
Soup chicken. No, that's not it. That's not quite it.
Take off your backpack.
Yeah.
I think you can say anything.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to me.
Linda.
So I'm referring to like if you wanted to make like chicken soup, for example, and you needed a crock pot or the Instant Pot for a long time.
Yeah, because the vegetables will cook at a certain
But
time.
we also
yeah.
have vegetarian and vegan friends and family, and some might want the noodle vegetable soup and no chicken in it.
But, like, if that takes a long time and you're like, well, I want something for lunch, like, we make that barbecue chicken that takes, like, half an hour sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So we could make, if we have two, we can make that as well.
That's what went into the chicken pot pie. Well, it was the roasted chicken. It wasn't barbecue chicken.
Well, close enough.
Yeah. So we've got no feedback about what we should talk about next week. So
Or just thumbs up if you want us to stop altogether.
Like this video if you want us to go away.
Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. Celebrating moms by talking about a strong woman who influenced your life. So that's what we'll talk about.
Next week
now,
on Fight2Flight.
This Sunday is not Mother's Day?
This Sunday is Mother's Day.
Okay.
But it's also going to be my birthday again.
Right. So we're focusing on that. We probably should have talked about
Well,
that.
I'm going to see Mom on Sunday.
Okay. Well,
That's why it's going to be my birthday again.
That's appropriate.
I've been meaning to ask, like, when are we going to do birthday stuff? Because again, this is the big 2-1, so we're heading out to I'm taking my public health hat off, and we're going to the casino.
Well, I don't know because my ID hasn't arrived yet. I mean, I have the temporary one in my car, but it's not as fun.
So my thought was maybe Saturday. Well, we're also going to see Doctor Strange at some point this weekend. So
I thought we were going to wait until Tommy and Lucy get back to go see Doctor Strange.
I thought we were going to see if they could come over for a little while and go.
Oh,
it's your birthday. It's your birthday.
No, that makes sense. That makes more sense than my idea.
It's got to be before Thursday at 7.
Right.
So Fight2Flight is Thursdays now.
Yeah,
not Sundays.
It can be, Thursdays. I don't want that to be the catchphrase, but that's there.
So Joe's going to call me Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, because of the issues.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. This didn't happen last week. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to blame...
I'm paying.
I blame the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Well, because sometimes when I'm on Discord, my calls will just drop and I'll have to get off the Wi-Fi.
So Jeannie says, happy 41st birthday. Kim wants to know when she's meeting us at the casino. So to be continued. We'll make sure...
It will be after 7. Friday.
Well, yeah.
Because, we got to work.
Oh, we're going to go to that restaurant first. All of my coworkers...
Which is at the casino.
Oh, it's at the casino.
There are 2, and Emma, you're going to like the menu at both, so I don't know which one we're going to.
All of my coworkers are like, we can't wait to see how much money you made at the casino.
You're like, you won't, because when I make so much, I'm done.
Well, I don't plan... I'm not like a huge
I don't need this
risk taker in terms of like I
Like
sometimes I'll
Oceans?
spend big bucks, but like I'm not gonna go to the casino and be like, yeah, let me spend $1,000.
Well, you have 2 parental philosophies when it goes to the casino. You have 2...
I'm just stepmom.
Ooh. Okay.
Hey, now.
No, but we'll
You're
see.
an
All-star.
all-star.
Firekeepers,
right there.
in point of fact, Kim. So, you have one of us, and I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. You have
Whatever, your little cheeky cheeks are going to do this.
You have one of us who occasionally forgets that they're not Danny Ocean. Really likes the Wheel of Fortune slot, which admittedly is cool when you land on that one spot, or when you get to spin the wheel and that's a lot of fun. It's cool. I like it. And then you got one of us who grew up arguably more playing video games, and so looks at the video.
Guess who it is, y'all?
I'm just saying, one of us played more video games. And looks at the
I didn't
video.
spend money for decades on video games.
Ooh.
Well, I'm not
Now
saying
you've
it.
exposed yourself.
Yeah, I'm not.
It took a genius.
Anyway, again, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying they're different philosophies.
Yes, true.
So I play to play. I like the mini games and things like that. So I'll go to the penny slot and I'll just do the. I don't want to really win anything. I just want to play. So
except every argument you expect to win.
That's different.
Well,
it's
that's
not gambling.
That's
a different kind of gambling. Gambling on your relationship right there.
Woo!
You argue to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Veins out, yeah.
All right.
Brains out, veins out. Am I right?
On that note, I think we're going to call that an evening because we started late. We actually got a solid 45 minutes out of this one, so this was fun.
Thank you.
So also give us a shout out if you want to see the return of Emma, special guest star Emma. What we need to do is just turn this whole thing into a studio. We'll get 3 microphones. We'll do the whole podcast.
The whole
Turntable, Anna.
Yeah, we'll do the the comedian that does From Mom's House or whatever. We'll do the whole podcast setup, and we'll just sit
That's
and
a couple.
well, I know the comedians, excuse me, with a strong, powerful woman on top of that. So maybe we'll talk about that next week, 7:00.
Christina P.
And Joe, longtime viewer, staying loyal to us, Emma and Hollow Taco.
I just got a new Hollow Taco. I just ordered some.
And I've been thinking about that lately. I need some more Hollow in my
Yeah.
life. We need to get back to doing that. Maybe
Yeah.
Taco Tuesdays again or something like
Taco
that.
Thursdays.
There you go. The
Taco
extra T
Thursdays.
is silent. TTUHRSUD.
Taco Thursdays. There we go.
Whatever.
I feel weird.
I'm sorry.
All right,
Am I
folks.
making it weird?
We love you guys too. Kim says hi. Great seeing you, Emma. We will this again, we were up to 5 people for a minute. We're still 3. So
Exciting.
we're solid. So Emma's a draw. Emma's
I know.
not only a delight, you are a draw. So,
Woo!
Happy birthday, baby!
so
That's why I have almost 100 followers on Twitter.
well, there you go. Yeah.
Hey.
So we'll see everybody next week, probably.
Most likely.
Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And happy Mother's Day. Happy Emma's birthday. Happy Strange New Worlds Day.
Happy late Star Wars Day.
Happy late Star Wars Day. Go see Doctor Strange. We're not sponsored, but maybe, hey, Marvel, throw a spoon maybe. It's
Disney.
Disney.
Give us your money.
Disney Plus. Yeah, we'll take a sponsorship. So we'll see you guys next week. Take care and have a good night.